Ladies and gentlemen, Syosset Theatre Arts would like to thank you for attending this performance of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Please be aware that there will be a short intermission following the first act, at which time refreshments will be available for sale in the studio.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our seed. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal going of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure piteous overthrows, doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death to love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which for their children's end not unreproved, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The winter's view the patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
On my word, I'll not carry holes.
No, for then you should be a collier.
I mean, if I be in colder, I'll draw.
I, while you live, draw your neck out of the collar.
I strike quickly being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
The dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, to be valiant is to stay. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
The dog of that house moves me to stand. I will take the wall if any men are made of Montagues.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessel, are ever thrust to the wall. And therefore, I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. Me they shall deal, while I am able to stand. 'Tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish, if thou hadst been porgive. Draw thy tool, here comes two from the house of Montagues.
Naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will bash thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law on our side. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them, if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at
Us. Is the law on our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
quarrel, ma'am? No,
But if you do, I am for you. I serve as good as man as you.
no better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Look, here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better. Lie. Draw if you be men. Giovanna, remember my washing blow.
Montague is coming! That force is a blatant fight! No, villain Capulet! Only not! Let me go!
Rebellion subject! Enemies to peace! Profaners of their neighbor's gate and steel! Moving on here.
Oh, enough!
You men, you beasts that quench the fire of pernicious rage, with purple fountains issuing from your veins. On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moving princess. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by the old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made ancient Verona citizens pass from their great besieging ornaments, to wield of parts and hands to hold, cankered with peace to part your cankered hate. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay for the forfeit of peace. For now, all the rest depart away. You Capulet shall come along with me, and Montague come you this afternoon. To find the further pleasure in our case, to Old Freetown or common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Set this ancient quarrel new approach. Speak, nephew, were you violent again?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared, who nothing hurt withal hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more and fought on heart and heart. So the princess came, who parted right apart.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am this loud and sweat.
Madam, an hour before the worship sun peered forth from the golden window of the east, a troubled line drove me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward broodeth from the seaside, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood. I, measuring his affections by my own, pursue my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly judgment gladly flood for me.
Many a morning hath he there been singing with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds small clouds of his deep sighs, but also soon as the all cheerful sun should from the further seas begin to draw shady curtains of the roaring bed. Away from light steals home my heavy son, and with privates to his chamber comes himself, seals up the door and mocks fresh daylight out, making himself an artificial night. Right before intentions must his humor prove, and must good counsel may the cause move.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn from him.
Having importuned at my enemy.
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affections counselors to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself so close and so deep, so far from sounding in discovery, as is the bud in thy enemy's worm. And he let the sweet leaves blow into the wind, or dedicate himself to the sun. Could we but learn from whence the sorrows grow, we were willing to give cure as none.
See where he goes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
Would thou wert be so happy by thy say to hear true shrift? Come, madam, let's away.
Good morning. Good morrow, cuz.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went head so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Well, not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor, or I of love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in view, should be so tyrannous and rough in group.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh, me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have been called before. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first to create? This love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart? What?
At thy good heart's aggression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add too much griefs to mine. What is love? Madness most discreet, choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me, you do me wrong.
I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me, sadness, who is that you love?
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan, why no? But sadly tell me who.
A sick man in sadness makes his will, a word ill-urged to the one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I ain't so near what I suppose you loved.
A right fair mo. And she's fair that I love.
A right fair mark, fair comes as soon as hit.
Well, in that hit you'll miss. She'll not stay the siege of loving terms, nor buy her lap to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Then she had sworn that she will still live chaste?
She had, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved of her severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity. She's too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn herself to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty to thine eyes, examine other beauty.
'Tis the way to call her exquisite in question one. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth their beauty serve but as a note where I may read who passes that passing fair? Farewell, my cause, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I will pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
My daughter has been a stranger in this land. She has not yet seen the change in 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, or having her own way.
But too soon martyred those so early made. The earth has swallowed all my hopes but she. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agrees within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair accorded voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I invite many friends such as I love. And you look to behold this night earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel among fresh female buds who shall inherit this land of my house. Here all see, and like her most whose merit there shall be. And on view of many, mine being one, they stand in number, though reckoning none. Come, go with me. Go, Sirrah, trudge about through fair Verona and find these persons whose names are written. And to them say, my house and welcome, at their pleasure stay.
Find out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard and tailor with his lass, the fisher with his pencil and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find whose names are written here. I must too learn. In good time.
Tut, man. One fire burns out another's burden. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn giddy and be held by back returning. Take some new infection thine eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that.
For what, I pray?
Or for your broken chin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
No, not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and so on. Good evening, good mistress.
Good evening, sir. I pray. Can you read?
Aye, if I know the letters in the language.
But you must have learned that book. Can you read anything you see?
Aye. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Count Anselme and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placiencio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet and his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, and Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucia, and the lad Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Ah,
Whither? To supper?
to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
My master, the great rich captain. And if you not keep the house of Montague, you come crush your form. Come, wine. Rest you, Mary.
This same ancient feast of Capulet says the fair Rosaline whom thou so loved, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattained eye, compare her face to some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan crow.
When the devout religion of mine eyes maintains such falsehoods, then turn tears to fire, and those who often drown could never die. Transparent heretics be burned for liars. One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun never saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, with none else being by. Herself poised with herself in under eye, and I will show you her at this feast.
I'll go along, no such sight be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. By my maidenhead at 12 years old, I bade her come. What lamb? Ladybird! God forbid. Where's this girl? What, Juliet? Oh no, call your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give me the lad see. At night shall she be 14. That shall she. Mary, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all days in the year, upon that day. For then she could have stood alone. Nay, by the room. She could have run and waddled all about for even the day before. She broke her brow. And then my husband, God be his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit. Will thou not, Jewel? And by my holy dame, the pretty wretch left crying and said, Aye! To see now how a jest shall come about, I warrant, I shall live 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Will thou not, Jewel? It stinted and said, Aye! Enough of this, I pray thee, hold thy peace. Yes, madam. Yet I cannot choose to laugh to think it should leave crying and say, Aye! And it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone, a perilous lump, and it cried bitterly. Will thou not, Jewel? Quoth my husband. Thou wilt fall backward when thou comest of age, will thou not? And it stated, Aye, sit down to I pray thee, nurse. Say aye. Peace, I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe I ever nursed. And might I live to see thee married once, I have my wish.
Marry that Mary, very theme I came to speak of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married? It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Here in Verona, younger than you, with a steamer already made lovers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now me. Thus, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, lady. Such a man is all the world. Why, he is a man of wax.
Verona summer, not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower. In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Any love, gentlemen? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris's face and find delight with their repeated pen. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him own wax and cover. That book in many eyes doth share the glory that being gold clasped sought in golden swords. So shall you share all he doth possess by having him making yourself no less.
No less. Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like Paris's love?
I'll look till I deflect and like him. But no further will I join mine eye than yours can give strength to make it fly.
But now the guests have come, supper served. You call, my lady, and you are asked for. The nurses first everything in pantry. Everything else in extremity. I beseech you, follow straight. We follow thee. Juliet, the Countess states.
Go, girl. See happy nights to happy days.
Each bespoke her excuse, or shall we on without apology?
Today's surgical litany. We'll let the measures by what they will. We'll measure the measures that be gone.
I am not for the sampling. Give me a torch. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
Nay, I am too sore and pierced with the shaft to soar with this light feather.
And forsaken it should you burden love. Too great a present for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and to beat love down.
Come not and enter, and no sooner in, but met every man taken to his legs.
Oh, look on. The game was never so fair, and I am done.
Touch, done's the mouse. The constable's own word. If thou art done, we will draw thee from the mire of, save your reverence, love, wherein thou thinkest up to the ear. Come, we burn daylight. Go!
Nay, that's not so.
I need, sir, that in delay we waste our lights in vain, like gnats by night. Take our good meaning for our judgment is 5 times in that ere once in our 5 weeks.
And meanwhile in going to this mass, but 'tis no wits to go.
And why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
Men asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab have been with you.
Queen Mab, what's she?
is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lie asleep, her chariot is an empty hazelnut, her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs. The covers of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the moonshine's watery beams. In this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on feet, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mad with blisters flakes for their breasts, with sweetmeats tainted off. Sometime she driveth over a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, and then anon the hunt in his ear, at which he starts and waits, and, being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very hag when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio, peace, thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air and more inconstant than the wind.
This wicked talk goes from ourselves. Supper is done usually gone too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars. Shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. Ah, lusty gentlemen, strike drum!
Not safe away. She's shipped a treasure, she's spread a treasure. When all good manners lie in one or two women's hands, and they unwatched too, 'tis a foul thing. Away with the joy souls and remove the cover. Oh, and save me a piece of March pain. Have the poor little Susan Grindstone now. Petra! I'm ready. You are looked for, called for, asked for, and sought for in the great chamber. We cannot be here and there too. Be brisk a while and the longer never take off.
Welcome, gentlemen and ladies, that have their toes unplayed with cords and will walk about with you tonight. Aha, my mistresses! Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I can tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as will please. Come, musicians, play.
Lady's that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. Beauty too fair for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch her place and stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love until now? Forswear its sight. I never saw true beauty until this night.
This spy's voice should be a monster. What dares the slave come hither covered with an anti-face, to flee and scorn our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
How now, nephew? Wherefore storm ye so?
My uncle, 'tis a monster or a foe, who is flee and scorn our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee. Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to speak truth, Verona brags him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all my town, here in my house, do disparage him.
Fits when a villain is such, I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. I say he shall. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests.
My uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, go to. Go, be quiet, or for shame, I'll make you quiet. What surely, my hearts?
Patience perforce within their chlor meeting, make my flesh tremble within their greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
Musicians, play!
If I may profane with my unworthy stand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that heart to touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you wrong your hands too much. Randomly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm, so the palms kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
I pilgrim lips that we must use in prayer.
Oh, well, then let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move now while my prayers effect I do take. Thus, from my lips by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
The sin from my lips. Oh, trust thy sweet ears. Give me my sin again.
You kissed by the book, madam. Your mother craves a word with you.
What mother she?
Married bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a noble, wise, virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talk withal.
Is she a Capulet? My life is my foe's tent. So I fear, the more is my unrest.
Hey, gentlemen, you're not to be gone. We have a trifling foolish banquet to order. Is it even so? Why, I thank you. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Well, on to my rest then. It waxes late. Good night.
Nurse, what if yon man is that now went out of doors? I know not. Go ask his name. Oh, if he is married, my brave is like to be my wedding bed. His name is Romeo, a Montague, the only son of your great enemy. The only love sprung by my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Partridges
heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eye, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, that will anger him.
Oh, this cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle, letting it there sit till she hath laid it and conjured it down. That was not spite. My invitation is fair and honest. In his mistress's name, I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, give him some among the trees to be sore with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress with that kind of fruit his maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Oh, Romeo, that she were an open arse and thou a puckering pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here, which means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light the yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who has already grown sick and pale with grief. For thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, for she is envious. It is my lady, oh, it is my love, and she knew she were. She speaks, yet says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. See how she leans her cheek upon that hand. Prompt that I were but a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
I me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. For thou art as glorious to this night being over my head as a winged messenger upon heaven that sails upon the bosom of the air.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy mother and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt but be sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. Once a Montague. It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would still smell just as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What then doth thus scream tonight?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am, because it is an enemy to me.
My ears have not yet jumped that 100 words of thy once utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either be dislike.
How comest thou? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to find, and a place of death considered who thou art, many my people find thee.
With love's like wings did I approach these walls, for stony wings cannot hold love have. And what love can do that darest love attempts, therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. And look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
Would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou loves me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
My love, who did first prop me inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes.
Thou knowest the mask of night is upon my face, else would a minute's blush which would paint my cheek, for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form. Fain deny what I had spoke tonight, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me?
Lady.
I know thou wilt say aye, and I'll take thee at thy word. But if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if you think I'm too quickly won, I should be more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest, ere I was aware of true love's passion. Therefore, pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love which the government hath so discovered.
Oh, will thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's fatal vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would have were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Anon! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, and I will come again.
Oh, blessed night. I am afeard all this being night, all this is but a dream too flattering and sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Montague, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, and all my fortunes of love will I away, and follow thee, my lord, without the word. Madam! I come anon! But if thou mayest not, will I do beseech thee. Madam! By and by I come! To lead me to my room, tomorrow I will send.
So ride my soul,
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo,
My dear,
I forgot how I did call thee back.
let me stay here until thou remembers it,
I shall forget again to have thee still standing there, remembering my love like
and I'll still stand here, forgetting no other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I should have thee gone. Good night, good night. Pardon me such sweet sorrow. So I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell in thine eyes, peace in thy breast, where I but peace and sleep, so sweet to rest.
Morning smiles on the briny night, checking the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Here the sun advances his burning eye, the day to cheer the night's naked dewy dry. I must upfill this ocean-occasioned hours with fateful weeds of precious juice flowers. Many for many virtues excellent, number for some, yet all different. Oh, mingle the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Just so, within the infant rind of this sweet flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt cheers each part, this being tasted slays thy senses in the heart.
Tomorrow, holy sister.
Penedicite, what early tongue so sweet sleep thing? Dear boy, who argues as his tempered head to bid tomorrow to thy bed. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure, thou hour aroused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I am right, our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last part is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon, Sid, was that with Rosaline?
Oh, with Rosaline, fair sister, no. No, I've forgotten that name, and that name's Woe.
That is well, but say where hast thou been then?
I have been feasting with mine enemy, whereon the sudden one hath wounded me that's wounded by me. Both are held within thy holy physic lie.
Be plain only in my drift. Really confession finds but criminal shrift.
Then plainly know that my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. We met, we wooed, and made exchange of vows, but this I pray, that will contrive to have us married today.
Holy Saint Clare, what a change is here! Is Rosaline whom thou loved so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love lies not truly in their hearts, but in their minds. Taste who Maria would deal with rhyme. Hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline? Lo, here upon thy cheek is stained off the sin of an old tear that is not washed off yet.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline,
For doting not for loving people mine.
and thou badest me bury love.
As in the great play when another one out to have.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did grieve by her, but could not spell. But come, my waverer, come, go with me. In one respect, I'll assist in thee. For this alliance is happy proof to turn your house's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumbled up and fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Taken out home tonight?
Not to his father's.
Well, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt answered a challenge.
Alas, poor Romeo. He was already dead. Stabbed through the ear, a white-rented black eye shot, with the love song wherein of his heart cleft in twain by the blind old boy's buckshot. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
Oh, more than the Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his men rests, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom, the very butcher of a silk bottom. Oh, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the head,
What?
the pox of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accents. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good ball. Why, it is not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted by these strange flies, these fashion mongers who stand so much on the new trend that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench.
Here comes Romeo.
Without his robe, like a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh, how art thou fishified? Signor Romeo, bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may straight courtesy.
Oh, that's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Meaning to courtesy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Sure wit. Oh, come between us, good Benvolio, my wish fate. For here's a wit of Chatterel that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I stretch it out that word broad, which doth prove thee far and wide as a broad goose.
Now, is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo, now art thou what thou art by art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is like a great naturalist one's lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Oh, stop there! Stop there!
Thou desirest me to stop my tail against the head.
Thou must also make thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived, for I was come to the whole depth of my tail, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear.
A sail! A sail!
Tutu, a blouse, and a smock.
Petra, come on. God be the Lord, gentlemen.
God ye good eve, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good eve?
'Tis no less so, I tell ye, for now the body hand of the dial is upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you! What a man are you?
One that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell thee, but young Romeo will be much older when thou hast found him than when thou first sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
Oh, you say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Very well, took your faith. Wisely.
If you please me, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
A bond! So ho!
What hast thou found?
No hare, sir, unless a hare, sir, in a Lenten pie, which is something stale and hoar, ere it be spent. An old hare whore and an old hare whore is a very good meat in Lent. But a hare that is hoar is too much for a score when it pours ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's, will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell, and lady.
Pray you, sir? What saucy merchant was that was so full of roguery?
A man, good nurse, that loves to hear himself speak, and will speak more in a minute than will stand to in a month.
Well, if he speak anything against me, I'll take him down! And if he were less dear than he is, and 20 such jacks, and if I cannot, I'll find those that shall!
My young lady bid me inquire you out. When she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should double deal with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and a very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady, I protest.
Good heart, and if bid, I will tell her as much. She will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Sister Lorenza's this afternoon, and there she shall be married. Here is for thy pains.
Oh, no, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon? Well, she shall be there. Now, God in heaven bless thee.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Head drop, anon, for the case. When I did send the nurse, and in half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That is not so. She is lame. And now the sun is upon the highmost hill, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift as the motion of a ball, and my words would bandy her to my love and his to me. But old folks may feign as they were dead, unreadably slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, sweet ears, hast thou not finished? I am weary. Give me leave a while. Why, how my bones ache! What a jaunt have I had. Nurse, hast thou tell me, just Sue, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not
hot blood stirred.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table and shouts, God send me no need of thee, and by the operation of the second cup, draws it on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as moved to be moody, and as moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two thoughts we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as addleth an egg for quarreling. Didst thou not follow the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? And yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling.
And if I were so apt to quarrel, any man should be able to buy the fee simple of my life for an hour or more.
The fee simple. Oh, simple.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
Oh, by my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to one of them. Gentlemen, good day, a word with one of you.
And with one word with one of us, couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, if you will give me the occasion.
Couldst thou not take some occasion without giving?
Crucio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us, but to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds! Consort!
We talk here in the public on a man. Either withdraw to some private place or reason coldly of your beards, or else depart! Here all eyes gaze on us!
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
And I should be hanged, sir, if he should wear your livery. Marry, go to before field. He'll be your follower. Your worship, in that sense, may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee cannot afford no term less than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I protest I never injured thee, but love thee more than thou canst devise till thou knowest the reason of my love. And so, dear Capulet, whose name I do tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. On the spiccato carried it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives that I need to make bold withal, and as you surely use me hereafter, drive me the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword and this pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears, ere it be out.
I am for you.
Mercutio, put up thy blade.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Mercutio, the princes have expressly forbidden banding in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio, enough! Away, Tybalt.
I'm hurt. the door, but it is enough. Just ask for me tomorrow and you shall find me a great man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. Zounds! A dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain, that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came in between us? I was hurt under your arm.
He thought all for the best.
Take me to some housemen, Volio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses.
This man, the princess's near ally, my dear friend, hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt's that an hour hath been my cousin.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, fair Mercutio is dead! That gallant spirit hath inspired the clouds which to one time would scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on others doth depend. This but begins the woes others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again!
Alive and in triumph. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again which latest thou gave me. For Mercutio's spirit is a little way above our heads, staying benign to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him!
Let Romeo hence in haste, else these arms and talk to them unseen. Blackborough may bring me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him, and cut him up into little stars, and he shall meet the face of heaven so fine, and all the world will love the night and pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the man to love, yet not possessed it. I am sold, yet not enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as the night before some festival to an impatient child who has been robes, but may not wear them. I'll prick with my nurse, and she brings news. And any tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now here's what news. Why dost thou wring thy hands? Oh, clever day! He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! Alack the day! We are undone, lady! We are undone! He's gone! He's killed! He's dead! Can heaven be so envious? Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, Romeo! Who would have ever thought it? Romeo! Has Romeo slain himself? Say thou that I have bare thou I shall poison more than the death darting eye of the cockroaches. I will not be there, if there be such an eye. If he is slain, say I do not know. Bruised sounds determine my will of woe. I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark. Here, on his manly breast, a piteous course, a bloody piteous course. Break my heart, break at once. Oh, Tybalt, honest gentleman, best friend I ever had, that I should live to see thee dead. What storm art thou that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slain and Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin, my dear own? For who is left of those two are gone? Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. God, did Romeo's hand spill Tybalt's blood? It did. It did. Alas the day. It did. Serpent heart him with a flowering face. Beautiful tyrant fiend angelical, despising substance just opposite to what thou justly seemest. That deceit could live in such a gorgeous palace. There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers. Oh, these woes, these griefs make me old. Shame come to Romeo. Blister be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit. But a beast beside a child of him. Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin? Shall I speak ill of he that is my husband? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Pack foolish tears back to your native springs. Your tributary drop belongs to woe, but mistakenly offer up joy. Wherefore I weep then? Romeo is dead and... No, Romeo is back. Tybalt is dead. Wherefore I weep then? All this is comfort. Romeo that slain my cousin lives. My cousin that has slain my husband is dead. Nurse, where are my father and mother? Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither. To wash his wounds with their tears? No, mine shall be spent where theirs are dried and Romeo's banishment. Into your chamber. I'll find your Romeo for you. I want to know where he is. Thank you, nurse. And when thou dost find him, give me this. Bid me to come and say God's word. Romeo, come forth. Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded its calamity.
speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word. Adversity, sweet milk. Philosophy, to comfort thee. Hence, banished.
Hang up philosophy, it helps not, it prevails not, talk no more.
Oh, then I see men that have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel. Were thou as young as I, an hour would marry. Tybalt's murderer, doting like me and like me banished, then mightest thou speak and fall upon the ground, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Good Romeo, arise, hide thyself. Who's there? Romeo, arise, count will be taken. Stay a while. Romeo, stand up and run to my study. Ride. I come. Who's there that knocks so hard?
Let me come in and shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Oh, holy sister, tell me, where is my lady lord?
Where is Romeo? There, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, all sympathy, blubbering and weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up. Stand and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand. Why should you fall into so deep an O?
Nurse,
Ah, sir, that's the end of it all.
speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does not she think me an old murderer? Where is she, and how doth she, and what says my concealed lady to her handsome love?
Oh, she does nothing but weeps, and then on Romeo cries, and then falls down again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her, as that cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, sister, tell me in what vile part of his anatomy doth my name lodge. Tell me that I may sack the hateful man.
Hold my desperate hand! Art thou a man? Hast thou amazed me? Thou slewest Tybalt, and wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy Juliet by doing damned hate upon thyself? What roused you, man? Juliet is alive. There art for thou happy. So that Tybalt could slew thee, but thou slewest Tybalt, therefore art thou happy. The law that calls death changes to exile, therefore art thou happy. Ascend to her chambers. Go, comfort thee, but stay not till the watch be set, for then thou cannot pass to Mantua, for there thou wilt stay time from time. To blaze thy marriage, reconcile with friends, and to call thee back. Nurse, commend me to thy lady. Romeo is coming.
To hear good counsel, oh, what a learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to try.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Hence, be gone by the break of day. Sojourn to Mantua, and I shall send thy lady from time to time. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joys calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part from thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have not been able to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, as did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight. I promise you, not for your company, I'd have been in bed an hour ago.
It is time to go for no time to go. Madam, good night. Good night, my dear daughter.
I will, and not for mine tomorrow, for tonight she's viewed up in her happiness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of our daughter's love. I think she will be ruled by me in all respects. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Go to her, wife, ere you go to bed, and acquaint her here of our son Paris's love. And bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But so, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday? Ha! Well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday, let it be. Oh, Thursday, tell her she'll be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? You like this haste? We'll make no great ado, a friend or two. For hark you, Tybalt being slain so late, and they bethought we held him recklessly, envying our kinsmen if we revel much. Therefore, we'll invite some half-dozen friends, and there and then. Well, what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I whether Thursday or tomorrow.
We'll get you gone. Thursday be it then. Go to her, and prepare her up against tomorrow. Farewell, my lord. 'Tis very late that we may call early by and by. Good night.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. What love? What envious streaks do sever the lacy clouds in yonder east? Night's candle is out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain. I must be gone and live or stay and die.
The light is not daylight, I know it I. 'Tis but so meteor that the sun of exhales to make this night a torch bearer, till I feel my tarantula. Therefore, stay I, only as long.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yonder gray is not the morning's eye, 'tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow, nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulting heavens so high. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How now, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is, it has be gone away. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam, nurse, the lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about. That window let me in and let me out.
Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, I husband, friend. I must hear from thee every hour on the hour, for in every minute in her many days. By this account I shall be much in years when next we meet.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love to thee.
God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thou art now one below, as dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Adieu. Adieu.
Fortune, all men call thee fickle. But I pray thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back. Daughter, are you up? It is my lady mother. Is she not up so early or down so late? What cause procures your mother? Why, how now, Juliet? Madam, I am not well. Ever more weeping for your cousin's death? What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows him still want of wit. Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss. Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for your cousin's death, but for the villain that slaughtered him. What villain was that, madam? That same villain Romeo. God pardon him! I do with all my heart. And yet no man like me doth grieve my heart. That is because the traitor murderer lives. I, madam, and from the reach of these my hands with none but I against my cousin's death. We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. And soon we shall keep civil company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied. Oh, I shall never be satisfied till I hold Romeo in my arms. Dead is my poor heart. My heart abhors to hear his name and cannot come to him. To wreak vengeance over the body that hath slaughtered him. But now I'll tell me joyful tidings, girl. What are they? Beseech your ladyship. Well, thou beest a careful father, one who put thee from thy heaviness and sorted out a sudden day of joy which thou expected not, nor looked for. What day is that, madam? Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn to the young, noble, and valiant Paris at St. Peter's Church, where he shall happily make thee there a joyful bride. There by St. Peter's Church and holy St. Peter too, they shall not make me there a joyful bride. And tell my lord and father that when I do marry, it shall be to Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed. Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now? A conduit girl? What, still in tears, evermore showering? How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives thee thanks. I would the fool married to her grave.
How? Will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud, unworthy as she is, that we have brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud that you have, but thankful that you have. How can I never leave what I hate?
What is this? I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Well, thank me no thank yous, nor proud me no prouds. But fellow your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, where I will drag you thither.
Fie, are you mad? Good father, I beseech thee on my knees. Speak with patience, just may hear me speak a while.
Hang the young baggage, disobedient wretch. I'll tell thee what. Get thee to church on Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. We scarce thought us blessed that God had left us but this one child. But now I see this one as one too many, and we have a curse in having her.
You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
Smatter your gossips. Go!
I speak no treason.
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity over a gossip's bull, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad, to have a wretched puling fool in her fortune's favor to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I pray you'll pardon me. Oh, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. I do not use to jest. Thursday is near. If you be mine, I'll give thee to my friend. If you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul, I'll never acknowledge thee. Trust to it. Bethink you. I will not be forsworn.
Oh, dear mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage a week. Or, if thou wilt not, make my bride a wedding that did not even work terrible lies. Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee. Good nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How can the faith return if it is not sent to me from heaven when my husband is no longer on earth?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished. I think it best that you marry with Paris. Oh, some lovely gentlemen. I think you are happy in this second match, or it excels your first. Or your first is dead, or as good as it were. You being here and give no use of you.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, too. Else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, nurse, thou hast comforted me so. Go to my lady mother, tell her I got to the church to make confession and be absolved.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation must fade me! To disgrace him with that same tongue that hath compared him, past compared so many times? Go, counselor. I'll tell the sister Snow her remedy, and if all else fails, I myself have the power to die.
My father Capulet will have it.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is a course I like it not.
And moderately should be principled said. Now, sir, my father counts it dangerous should not give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom haste our marriage, stopping inundation of tears.
Then you're not wise to be slow. Oh, look, here comes the lady.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That maybe must be love on Thursday.
What must be shall be. That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession today? Do not deny that you love me.
I do, sir, it shall be more of Christ being spoken behind your back than you.
Your soul my face is much of with tears.
I have little victory of that, for they were bad enough before their spite.
Thou dost do more than tears with that.
Tis no slander, sir, and when I speak to thy face.
Thy face is mine and that is slender.
It may be mine. It is not mine own. Are you at leisure for this, sister?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. My lord, we must entreat this no one.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on early Thursday I will rouse you. Till then adieu and keep this holy faith.
Come weep with me, past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. I hear thou must, and nothing may prolong it. Thursday next, to be married to County.
Oh, tell me thou hast heard of this, unless thou tell me how it may be prevented. And if thou hast no remedy, do I call my resolution wise, and with this night I'll have a present.
Hold!
Be not so long to speak, for I long to die.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope. If thou would rather slay thyself than marry County, then I have something, a thing like death. And if thou darest, I shall give thee remedy.
Bid me leap off the battlements at any tower rather than marry Paris, to live an unstained wife to bring your love.
Then hold, daughter. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Take this vial of distilled liquor when thou art in bed, and drink thou off. Thy roses in thy lips and thy cheeks shall turn to pale ashes. Still, stark, cold, almost like death. Then when the bridegroom comes to rise thee in the morning, there art thou dead. And thou shalt be taken to the ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, I shall write to Romeo, and he shall come hence and take thee away to Mantua. In it a constant, abate thy valor in acting it.
Oh, give me, tell me not to fear. I will do without fear or doubt.
Get you gone, be strong and prosperous. I'll send a friar with speed to send thy letters to thy lord.
Oh, love, give me strength and strength shall help before.
Farewell, dear king.
So many guests. Invite to see our writ. Go, Sirrah. Hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try them with their fingers.
How canst thou try them, sir?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook who cannot lick his fingers. Therefore, he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. Nurse, what, has my daughter gone to Sister Lorenza?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, she may chance do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry.
Oh, see where she comes from shrift. Very well.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I've learned me to repent the sin of disobedience in opposition to your dear pets. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you, and I am enjoined by Sister Lorenza to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the council. Go tell them of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youth lord at Lorenza's cell where I gave him what becoming love I meant, not serving or without.
Why, I am glad of it. This is well. Stand up. This isn't the tribune. Let me see the county. Aye, Mary, go and fetch him hither. Now, before God, our reverend holy sister, all our whole city is much bound to her.
Nurse, will you come with me to my closet to sort with needful ornaments that I need for tomorrow? No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse. Prepare her up against tomorrow.
We shall be sure to our forbidden to snap your night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things shall be well, I warrant you, wife. Go thou to Juliet to help deck up her. I'll not to bed tonight, so let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this moment. What's ho! They are all gone. Well, I will walk myself up to County Paris to prepare him up against this wedding day. My heart is such wondrous light, since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
When we shall meet again. Come, Violet. But if this mixture do not work at all, shall I then be married tomorrow morning? Or if I wait before my Romeo comes and encircled in the vault where no wholesome air breathes in? Or what if it does work and I'm face to face spirits in the night? Shall I not be distraught? Look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, come. I drink to thee.
Come, stir, stir, stir. The second cock hath crowed. The curfew bell hath rung. 'Tis 3 o'clock. Look to the big meats, good Angelica. Spare not for the cost.
Go, you kind queen, go. Get me to bed and rest for this night's watching.
No, not a whit. I have watched ere now for much lesser cause and never been sick.
I am even a mouse hunting your time, and I will watch from such watching now.
A jealous hood, a jealous hood. Now, what is there?
Thanks for the cook, sir, but I don't know what.
Make haste, make haste. Go fetch he shall be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near! Wife, nurse, what ho? What nurse, I said? Go awaken Juliet, help and trim her up. I'll go and chat with the Paris. Hi, make haste, the bridegroom, he has come already. Make haste, I said.
Mistress? What mistress? Juliet. That's an orange her cheek. Why, madam, sweetheart, bride. Oh, you take your penny's worth now. For it hath been settled that the county Paris sees that you shall rest but little. Mary. Madam. Madam. Sound she is asleep. Let the county take you into his bed. He'll fright you up, babe. You quite dressed, and in your clothes. I must needs wake you. Lady? Lady? Lady! 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 Alas! Help! Help! My lord, my lady! Oh, where did I ever was born? My lady's dead!
What noise is
A
here?
lamentable death!
What is the matter?
A woeful day!
Oh, me? My child, my only life! Revive, wake up, or I will die with thee! Help, help, call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth, the Lord is come.
She's dead! Gone! Dead! Alas the day!
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead!
Let me see. Alas, she's out. She's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies upon her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower in all the fields.
Lamentable day, a woeful time.
Death that hath taken her, hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue and lets me not speak.
Come, is the bride of baby to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding has death laden thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. I will die, and all things shall be his. Life, living, all things shall be death's.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face? It doth give me such a sight as this.
Oh my
Run,
God!
run, kill Jesus! Alack the day! Death has taken my daughter, who has taken my life. Oh, Margaret, I was stressed.
For shame! Peace! Heaven yourself that apart from this fair maid, put your part in her cannot keep her from death. Weep you now that she's advanced high above the clouds, high as heaven itself? Dry up your tears and steep your rosary onto her fair course. Onto her best array, bear her to church.
All things that we ordained in festival turn from their office to black funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells. Our wedding cheers serve for a sad burial feast. Our solemn hymns to solemn dirges change. And bridal flowers serve for a buried course. And all things change then for the contrary.
Sir, you go in. Madam, go with him, and go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course onto her grave, and may the heavens shower upon you.
Faith, we have up our pipes to be gone.
Honest good musicians,
Put up! Put up! Put up! Put up! For well you know, this is a pitiful case.
oh, musicians, musicians, hearties, hearties! Oh, and you will let me live, play hearties!
Why heart to you?
Oh, musicians, because my heart itself plays my heart is full of woe. Play me a merry dumping comfort me. Not a dumb flea, 'tis no time to play now.
only trust is the flattering truth of sleep. My dreams presage some joyful news at hand. And all this day, an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life in me with kisses that I revived and was an emperor. Ah, me, how sweet is love itself possessed when but love's shadows are so rich and pure. News from Verona. How now, Balthasar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the sister? How is my lady? Is my father well? How is my Juliet? That I ask you, pen, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
When she is well and nothing can be ill. Her body lies in Papa's monument, her mortal part continues to live. Oh, pardon me for being such a news, sir, but you didn't leave it for my office.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars! Go hence, thou knowest my place of lodging. Get me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I beseech you, sir, have patience, your looks are wild.
Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters from the sister?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone. I will be with thee hence. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. I do remember an apothecary of which late I noted in tattered weeds culling of simples. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and if a man did need a poison now whose sail is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch but salutary. This same thought did but for run by need, and this same needy one must sell it me now. As I remember, this is the place. Well then, apothecary! Come hither, a seat hour pour. Hold, there is 40 ducats. Get me a dram of poison, such soon speeding cures will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that his trunk be discharged with breath as swiftly as hasty powder fired from the fatal cancer's wound.
Such mortal drugs I possess, but Mantua's law is death to anything that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression, starved in thine eyes. The world is not thy friend, nor the world is law. And be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but my will consent.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Here, take this. Put this in any drink you will and drink it off. It'll give you the strength of 23 men and the strength of Spanish strength.
There is thy gold. Worse poison for men's souls, doing more damage in this loathsome world than these poor compounds thou mayest not sell. I have sold thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Go, get thee gone. Buy thyself food and get thyself the flesh. Come, cordial, and not death. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee. Sister Lorenzo!
The same should be the voice of Friar John. Woke up from Mantua. What says Romeo? And if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to see the barefoot brother out. One of my letters is so speaking. We're in this town visiting the sick and finding us. We're searching for the town. Asking if we were both in the house when the infectious pestilence would reign. Sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. I must speak Angela there to stay.
Prepare my letter to Romeo then.
I cannot send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it to you so fearful within possession.
Oh, unhappy fortune! This letter was not nice, but full of import, and the neglecting it could do much danger. Go hence, Friar John. My thanks to you. Now I to the monument alone, where within 3 hours fair Juliet will wait. She should beshrew me that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. I will writ again to Mantua, and she shall stay in my cell till Romeo come hence. Poor living corpse close in the dead man's tomb.
Hence, instead of the boy, like a yawn you treat with you all along, only that you are close to the ground, so shall no foot upon this treasure tread. But thou shalt hear. Whistle that to me as to know that thou art in the place. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid you. Go.
I'm almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will venture.
These flowers are fine flowers were grown up in this tree. I cannot be discussed in stones. With water, I think I will do. The obsequies that I for thee will keep, and we shall we dispute that great? Morning is morning, something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's way? Muffle me a well night. Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliverest it to my Lord and Father. On thy life I beseech thee, whatever thou seest or hearest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descended to this bed of death to behold my lady's face. But if thou, jealous, doth return to prying what I further shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs.
I will be gone, sir, not bothering me.
So thou wilt show me friendship. Here, take this. Live and be prosperous. And farewell, dear fellow.
All the same, I'll stay with your bell. His looks I fear, his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my lost cousin, with which grief it is supposed that the fair creature died. Here has come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I must apprehend him. Stop, thou Montague! Conventions be pursued further than death. Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
Indeed I must, and therefore came I hither. Tempt not the desperate man, fly hence and leave me. I beseech thee, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. By heaven, man, I love thee better than I love myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, and live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do defy thy combination and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee.
If thou be merciful, Romeo and Juliet.
In faith I will. Requiescat in pace. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. What said my man when my contusted soul did not attend him as we wrote? I think he told me that Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing him talk of Juliet to think it was so? One writ with me in sour misfortune's books. I bury thee in a triumphant grave. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty doth make this place a feasting presence full of light. Death, fly thou there, by a dead man in turn. How often, when men are at the point of death, have they been married, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how many call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sunk the honey of thy breath, had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. Dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean abhorred monster keeps thee here in the dark to be his paramour? I stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim light depart again. Here will I set up my everlasting rest. Eyes, with your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, O you the doors of breath, seal with the righteous kiss a dateless bargain to reverse of death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, my drugs are quick. Thus for the kiss, I die.
St. Clair, how often my feet stumble upon this grave? Who's there?
One is a friend and another knows you well.
Bless be upon you, who yawned in the Captain's monument.
I Romeo.
How long have you been there?
Half an hour.
Come with me to the vault.
I dare not. My master knows not, but I am gone hence. I am fearful that the menace me with death if I look to see his entrance.
Stay, then I shall go alone. Home, fear comes upon me.
I slept under that yon yew tree there, and I drew my master for another, and my master slew him.
Romeo! The lack of blood is that stains the entrance of the sepulchre. Romeo! Oh, hell. Who else? Sir Paris too steeped with blood? The lady stirs. Uncomfortable, friar. I do remember where I should be and here I am. Where is Romeo? I hear a noise. Come with me away from this death of contagion and unnatural sleep. There lie your husband Romeo dead, and Sir Paris too. Come away from me, the watch is coming. Go, get me hence, I shall not away. What's this? Violent in my lover's hand? Poison I see how fit this time. Selfish fiend, hast thou not left me any poison to help me thereafter? I shall kiss thy lips. For poison must hang on them to help me after. Thy lips are warm.
Boy, which way?
You know it? I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. Arrows. And what time?
This is the place. Here is the stake of death. The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, where you find attached. Pitiful sight. Here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead, who here hath lain these 2 days buried. Go tell the princess. Run to the Capulets. Go tell the Montagues. Search. You see the ground where all these woes do lie, but the true ground of all these woes, we cannot without circumstance describe.
Here's Romeo's man, abandoned in the churchyard.
Hold him safely till the princess come hither. Here's the sister that trembles, sighs, and weeps. You took this madam as she was coming from the churchyard side. A great suspicion. Stay, sister.
What misadventure has us so early from our morning rest?
What is it that they so shriek abroad?
The people of the street cried Romeo, some Juliet, some Paris, and all around the open outcry toward our monuments.
What is the fear that snails us in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the Count of Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and newly killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
This is the sister and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments and common, fit to open these dead man's tombs.
Oh heavens! Oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath mistaken for its house lies in the back of a Montague, and it is sheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, this sight of death is a bell that warns my old age sepulchre.
Montague, thou art Juliet to see thy heir and willing son.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of her son's exile hath stopped her breath. What furthermore conspires against mine age?
Look and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what matters is in this to press thy father before a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while until we can clear up these ambiguities. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest able to do the least, yet most suspected at this time. I stand here, myself content and myself excused.
Tell us what thou dost know.
I will be brief. There lie dead Romeo, husband to thy Juliet. When Tybalt's doomsday come, that he banished Romeo. You, betrothed and beforced to marry county. So she came to me in myself, and tried to slay thyself. I gave thee a potion. And I writ to Romeo. Romeo did not receive my letters. hence fear. And there lay noble Paris and true Romeo dead.
We have known thee as a fair sister. Where's Romeo's man? What does he know in the matter?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and he told me he came to this same place, this same island. And earlier he gave this letter to his father. I threatened with death when he lost. I departed not and nothing there.
Give me the letter. I shall look upon it. Sirrah, what dost thou know in the matter?
He gave of flowers to Sue's lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon come to want to open the tomb, and by and by my master joined him, and then I ran away to call the watch.
This letter doth make good of the sister's words. Their course of love, their tidings of their death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and withdraw came to this belt to die in life of Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague? See what a scourge is lied upon my hate. And I, for linking in your discords, have lost a race of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter of Georgia, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue of pure gold. And while Verona had such name be known, there will be no figurehead such raking set than that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his lady's line, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A blooming peace this morning brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Though often talk of these sad things, some will be pardoned and others punished. For there is never a story more of woe than that of Juliet and her Romeo.